Good afternoon, I'm Mai Rodriguez. This is Newsfeed at noon on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel. The headlines: Golden Boy, Carlos Yulo, and Filipino Olympians are home and they are all set for the Grand Heroes Parade. The House Appropriations Committee subpoenas the Commission on Audit's report on Vice President Sara Duterte's use of the confidential intelligence funds. And U.S. Vice Presidential bet Tim Walz in his first solo campaign. Olympic gold medalist Carlos Yulo is back home along with other Filipino athletes from the recently concluded Paris Olympics. They arrived last night at the Villamor Air Base where friends and family welcomed them before going to Malacanang for a meeting with the president and the special ceremonies and awarding of gifts to the athletes. Meanwhile, a Grand Heroes Parade awaits our Filipino Olympians. Our reporter, Bea de la Cruz, is at the vicinity of Aliw Theater in Pasay City, where the parade kicks off at 3 this afternoon. Bea, how is the situation there?
My preparations here at the Aliw Theater are in full swing for the arrival of the athletes later today. 3 floats are ready to carry all 22 athletes during the Grand Parade, which will start at 3 p.m. The parade will pass through Rojas Boulevard, P. Burgos Avenue, Finance Road, Taft Avenue, Quirino Avenue, Adriatico, and finally end at the Rizal Memorial Sports Complex, where another celebration awaits. The Pinoy Olympians arrived last night at the Villamor Air Base and were greeted by family, loved ones, and officials. They were then later brought to Malacanang, where they were received and honored by President Bongbong Marcos and the First Family. Gymnastics champion Carlos Yulo was awarded 20 million pesos on top of the 20 million he'll get under the law for bagging 2 gold Olympic medals. The rest of the athletes will be given at million pesos each, and their coaches will get $500,000. The president also promised to establish a technical government structure to support the athletes in their future competitions. Athletes will be given a formal platform to get the assistance they need. Back to you, Mai.
Thank you, Bea de la Cruz there reporting. The House of Representatives also paid tribute to Carlos Yulo and the other Filipino Olympians. Hannah T now joins us live from the Batasang Pambansa. Hannah, go ahead.
The atmosphere here at the House of Representatives is electric as the nation gathers to celebrate our Olympic heroes. House Speaker Martin Romualdez led the conferment of prestigious congressional medals to our remarkable athletes who have brought immense pride to the Philippines. Among those honored today were, of course, Carlos Yulo, double gold medalist in artistic gymnastics for men's floor exercise and men's vault. Nesty Patesio, who earned a bronze medal in the women's 57-kilogram boxing category, and Ira Villegas, who also took home a bronze medal in the women's 50-kilogram boxing event. The House of Representatives adopted several resolutions congratulating and commending these athletes along with members of the Philippine delegation. The Congressional Medal of Distinction has been awarded to Patesio and Villegas, while Yulo received the Congressional Medal of Excellence, the highest award for Filipino achievers across various fields. Carlos Yulo has been awarded 6 million pesos by House Speaker Martin Romualdez and 8,010,000 pesos from the House members. Bronze medalists will receive 2.5 million pesos each. The Philippines ranked first among Southeast Asian countries and 37th worldwide in the Paris Olympics, a historic achievement as we mark 100 years since our first Olympic participation in Paris in 1924. Our athletes have not only brought home medals, but have also united the nation in pride and celebration. Back to you.
Thank you, Hannah T there reporting. The Philippine peso further strengthens against the US dollar. The local currency hit its strongest level against the greenback in nearly 4 months. On Tuesday, the peso bounced back to the 56 level after opening at 57.25 and closing at 57.32 Monday. The peso started the year at 55 against the greenback, but started depreciating in April amid expectations the U.S. Federal Reserve would likely delay its policy rate cuts this year. Back in June, the peso even touched a low of 58.86. Over in the U.S., Starbucks shares soar by 24%. This after the coffee giant named a new CEO. Now at the helm of Starbucks is Brian Niccol, the former head of the Chipotle Mexican Grill. Since joining in 2018, he's been credited for the surge in the burrito chain's annual sales. He, however, faces several challenges, including increased competition and the weakening demand in top markets, the United States and China. Niccol starts his new role on September 9th. With it, he will become the 6th CEO at Starbucks over its over 50-year history. Google unveils a new lineup of Pixel smartphones loaded with advanced features, improved performance, and helpful AI capabilities. The new AI integrations will enable users to search for information stored in screenshots, and users can also now pull up Google's chatbot, Gemini, to answer questions or generate content. The base model for Pixel 9 will retail at a starting price of $799 US, 100 more than the previous model. Other models include the Pixel 9 Pro XL and the Pixel 9 Pro Fold.
Pixel 9 Pro Fold. It's the pinnacle of mobile computing, so let's check it out. It's noticeably thinner and lighter than our first-gen foldable. When it's folded, it has the same size display as Pixel 9 Pro and comparable thickness too. It feels and functions like a phone. Then you unfold it, and Pixel 9 Pro Fold becomes something else altogether. An 8-inch tablet with a big and bright Super Actual Flex display. It's the largest display on a phone, and it's 80% brighter than the first generation. This big screen gives you so much more surface area for entertainment, productivity, multitasking, and content creation.
The new Gemini assistant can go beyond understanding your words to understanding your intent, so you can communicate more naturally. It can synthesize large amounts of information in seconds and tackle complex tasks. It can draft messages for you, brainstorm with you, and give you ideas on how you can improve your work. With your permission, it can offer unparalleled personalized help, accessing relevant information across your Gmail inbox, your Google Calendar, and more.
When Newsfeed at Noon returns, the House Appropriations Committee subpoenas the COA report on VP Sara's use of confidential funds. Stay tuned.
Madam Chair.
The House Committee on Appropriations approved the motion to subpoena the Commission on Audit's report on the use of confidential and intelligence funds by the Office of the Vice President. The reports cover those given to the OVP and the Department of Education when Duterte was still Secretary. ACT Teachers Representative Franz Castro was the first to bring up the issue during yesterday's budget hearing. At the deliberation of the COA 2025 budget, Chairperson Gamaliel Cordoba was asked about the 125 million peso confidential funds, which was reportedly spent within 11 days in 2022. He then says it has already accomplished its report on the issues. The Bureau of Internal Revenue sues dismissed Bamban Mayor Guo for tax evasion. The complaint filed with the Justice Department accuses Guo of failing to pay the correct taxes. The BIR says it had been monitoring the Senate investigation on Guo, noting that cash, properties, and other assets revealed during the hearings must be supported by proper tax payments. Guo has been linked to an illegal pogo hub raided by authorities in her municipality. The Department of Transportation affirms the dismissal of MARINA Region V Director Jaime Bea. This is in connection with the sinking of the motor tanker Princess Empress, which caused a massive oil spill in Oriental, Mindoro, and nearby areas last February. In a letter to Marina Administrator Sonia Malaluan, Transportation Secretary Jaime Bautista confirmed that Director Bea was culpable of grave misconduct, among others. Bautista stressed a zero-tolerance policy to shortcuts, official negligence, and disregard of rules. He says Bea's actions caused millions of pesos of damage to the government in response operations and tarnished the image and integrity of Marina. Stay tuned. The UN condemns Israel's latest attack on a school in Gaza. This and more when Newsfeed at noon returns. Welcome back. In world news, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres condemns what he calls the continued loss of life in Gaza. His statement comes after Gaza's civil defense said an Israeli airstrike on a school Saturday killed at least 90 Palestinians. Palestinian authorities say the school was being used as a shelter, and women and children were reportedly among the victims. The UN Security Council is set to hold an emergency meeting on the deadly attack and other issues related to the war between Israel and Hamas, which has been raging on for 10 months now. On to the U.S. elections as Minnesota Governor and Democratic Vice Presidential bet Tim Walz makes his first solo campaign in California. The running mate of U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris spoke at a labor union convention in L.A., where he responded to criticism of his military record hurled against him by his rival J.D. Vance. Walz has appeared with Harris in battleground states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. And those are the news this hour. I'm Mai Rodriguez. Stay tuned to BNC for more top-of-the-hour news on Free TV Channel 31 and also on our website, bnc.ph. Bilyonaryo News Channel, always on top. Good afternoon.